Welcome to Real Conversation. Welcome to Hard Copy. I am Terry Ikumi. It's almost safe to say that in recent times the country has not been more united than in the past few weeks, owing to the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. When news broke that Nigerians in South Africa were being killed and their businesses boggled, no one asked which tribe. Everyone spoke with one voice, asking the government to do something, asking Nigerians in that country to return home. Need I mention the selfless action of Mr. Allen Onyema when he volunteered to airlift Nigerians who were willing to leave South Africa and return to Nigeria free of charge. Now, so far, over 500 Nigerians have returned. Some say to a life of uncertainties, but the government thinks not and has promised to integrate them into its social investment programs. But then, most of what we have heard about the attacks in South Africa have been from the Nigerian government and that of South Africa. So tonight we'll hear from a different source, one of the returnees from South Africa. My guest is Precious Uzoechi. Welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you very much.
You know, speaking with you over the phone, I was almost sure that you were South African. You have the accent. How long have you been there?
I've been there over about 14 years. Yeah, because I was there since 2005. So coping with everyone and being with the people, you just end up getting the accent and then it flows.
2005, yeah. What did you go there to do in 2005?
I went there to study. So from there, after studying, I started a business, a beauty business. And thereabouts, so it continues. And the country was quite conducive for me. And I enjoyed the place.
It was conducive at the time?
Yes, it was.
Was there ever a time during that period, before now, that you felt unsafe in South Africa?
No. Not until I think later afterwards. But then it was a very calm place and very peaceful. I did enjoyed the environment and everything. No life threatening and all of those. Yeah, it was very okay.
What area were you in South Africa?
I was around the Johannesburg, Gauteng, yeah, in Orange Grove. So it was quite calm.
I understand you have 2 kids.
Yes, I do have 2 kids.
You had them
2
in
boys.
South Africa?
Yes, I had them both in South Africa.
Is your husband Nigerian?
Yeah, he is a Nigerian.
Is he in Nigeria or South Africa?
Right, at the moment, he's in Nigeria.
Did he come with you from South Africa?
No,
He's always been here?
He's always been here. He left last year, so we came back last week.
How does it feel to be back to Nigeria?
Wow, for me it feels very good. I'm very happy because at the time I felt I wasn't feeling very safe anymore. I wasn't feeling so good, and those excitement and those happiness, wanting to continue your business in South Africa and just come down to Nigeria, pay a visit and go back home. But at the time I felt very uncomfortable because the threat comes in and you could feel like you're not being treated like an African. And I began to ask myself, how come I'm being treated like something else in an African country? So we feel the threat all over, even in the Texas, everywhere. Conversation, you just get those hate speech that comes from some of the South Africans, but more especially those who are not very educated. Yeah, they're very, very aggressive.
Did you have South African friends?
Yes, I do have lots of South African friends. At school, I had a lot of South African friends, and my business also exposed me to quite a number of them. So I got to meet both different calibers of people from different areas in South Africa.
So how did these friends take this whole xenophobic attacks?
Some of them literally told me, like, telling me straight and saying, you know what, Precious, I'm sorry, love you, but Nigerians, we want Nigerians to go.
Your friends told you that?
Yes, they told me, but they said, you know what, Precious, we love you. We don't want you to go, but we want your brothers to go. And for me, that's an indirect speech. And they said, no, we want you guys to go because some of your brothers are not doing legal stuff here and all of those. And some of them said to me, you know what, Precious, we're very sorry about what's going on because it's some of our brothers who are not educated, you know, they felt jealous, and most of these guys are out there on the street. They don't have anything to do. They don't have jobs. And you find out that the Nigerians who got into South Africa, they're very hardworking. They want to set up business for themselves. They want to do things for themselves. Because when you go to be employed, they want you to have a working permit. And sometimes your permits are even doubted, like, oh, this is not genuine or this. So because of that, a lot of Nigerians decided to create jobs for themselves, have business for themselves. And the South Africans, sometimes they feel quite intimidated by us. Because, I don't know, they feel like we're very strong and active and coming all the way from South Africa to do what we're doing. So they felt jealous at the time.
So you felt it was more of jealousy than having to, rebel against Nigerians, in quotes, who were doing illegal businesses there?
Yes, not just about that. It's more of jealousy because they said to me, you know what, you guys are taking even our shops. Like in Johannesburg CBD, that's a very big place. You find a lot of Nigerians, foreigners, and these guys are having their like shops for clothing and shoes and all of those stuff. And the South African, they say that the spaces are being taken, that these are their stands, these are their spaces. Why should Nigerians and those people come and take their stand? That they fought appetite to be happy, and just when they should be enjoying themselves, and those people all of a sudden are here taking over the whole premises. And in my business area, they said, just imagine you, Precious, you own a shop, but we can't even have a shop. We can't even have a shop in our own country, but you own a shop, you're running a business, and we can't have a business in our country. And so this whole thing got them very upset, and they said Nigerians, they make a lot of money in their country, and how come are they making all this money?
Pay tax.
Sorry, yes, we pay tax. We pay tax. My business, I pay tax. Actually, each and everything you do, you pay tax. When you go to the grocery shops, you pay tax. You see. So
how did this affect your business?
Yeah, my business was affected because at the time, I remember sometimes early this year, they were protesting, and Orange Grove entirely was closed, the whole business, because normally whenever they got very aggressive and angry, they target the business of the foreigners, but particularly the Nigerians, because they felt like we're very strong body to them. And when they target our shops, they come to close or loot and take things and all of those.
Did you see that happen?
Actually, in my area, I never witnessed that happen, but I've only seen a case whereby they demonstrated with their tools to destroy things, and so we closed up the shops and just backwards and just watch from distance, and the police were alerted and the securities were all over.
What did they do?
They were just hanging on because that was the area. It's also a suburb, so they didn't want anything that would distract the business and the people going to work. So the securities were just on the corners of the areas and just with the gun and all of those, waiting for any actions by the protesters. So
do you have anyone who was affected by whose shop was looted, whose business was burned down? Do you know anyone personally?
Yes, in Johannesburg CBD, yeah, there were quite a lot of them. People who went to the same church, and someone who knows and all of those. But I do know people who were affected in the CBD. The shops were actually burnt down, and there is a guy. He had a car shop, and the car shop was just burnt down, and he was crying with his family. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where to start. So he's just crying like, my hard-earned money for years, and where do I start?
The Nigerians in South Africa, they have a commission. They have a diaspora commission, so to speak. What do you think they did? What did they do? Did you go to them? Did Nigerians go to them to say, this is what's happening to us? What do we do about it?
Okay, in Orange Grove, we do have a Nigerian community in Orange Grove. At the time, they started to meet together and discuss about it. So we took the case to the High Commission in South Africa, and they decided to look into the case. But actions has never been taken as much as the one that was taken at the recent time right now. So we actually just heard, okay, this is what the Nigerian consulate, this is what the news that Nigerians are going to be evacuated from South Africa. But before now, there've been a meeting trying to see how can we be protected around the suburb Orange Grove, especially with the Nigerians living around that area. But most times we're not directly affected.
We heard stories about Nigerians being killed,
okay,
specifically during these xenophobic attacks.
Okay.
We also heard the Nigerian government say that no Nigerian was killed emphatically.
Okay.
Do you know anyone, any Nigerian, that was killed in South Africa during these xenophobic attacks?
Actually, I wouldn't say I do. I also heard.
As well?
Yes, I heard as well. But I heard about 2 or 3 Nigerians in town were killed, but I never witnessed any, but I just heard. I heard about that.
Did you ever feel safe seeing the police around during these attacks?
Not really, not 100%, but in a way I felt safe because I was being a lady, they protect you more. But if you're a man, like some of the Nigerians who are like you're gender-wise, you're a man and all of those, not 100% security, because some of the police as well, they're angry and they don't want to show it out like directly that we also hate these foreigners, we hate these Nigerians, but the actions can show you that, you know what, these people are also not happy with you, because they're not fast in taking actions when things are happening. They're a bit reluctant, and that made us felt like, you know what, we don't feel 100% protection from these people.
Are you happy to have left South Africa under these circumstances?
Not really. I'm happy in a way that I feel safe in my own country.
You're happy for safety?
Yes, yes. Not feeling so bad about being scared about my life, but I never intended to be here this early. I still wanted to grow my business. I still had ambitions and things I wanted to achieve over in South Africa. But at a time when I felt threatened, my life was like, I felt like I'm being threatened. Most times from the messages and from the individual, what they say to you. So I never felt comfortable anymore. So being home was actually my next target. I just wanted to be home. I just wanted to be home.
When you were in South Africa, were you there legally? Did you have all the papers?
Yes.
After your studies, you made sure you had all your papers?
Yes, I had my document, because after my school, I still tried to register for other courses which I would want to do. So I've always been using a student permit. I just keep extending the student permit. I never went for a working permit or other permit, but I was using the student permit all along.
Okay, so now that you're back in Nigeria,
yeah,
do you plan to go back to South Africa?
No.
Why?
No. Coupled with the whole experience and everything, I never felt safe lately. So my intentions are never to go back to South Africa. No, not now, not anytime soon, and I don't wish to go back to South Africa. I just wanted to be home and just come to my homeland and get myself established again. And I actually felt like I've wasted more of my time. All the investment, if I had put in those energies here in Nigeria and I've done all of those, I don't think by now it would be a problem. But just leaving your business and leaving everything, your apartment and all of those.
You left your business?
Yes. And just coming back.
You had goods in your shop?
Yes.
You left them and walked away?
Yes, I left them and walked away.
You left your property, your furniture, your appliances, everything back at home?
Yeah, because the evacuation was just sudden. And I just took advantage of that, because I've always intended, okay, I just want to raise this amount of money, because I've always had it in mind that, okay, you know what, I guess it's high time I go back home because I don't feel safe. So let me just try to make this amount of money, try to gather up this and this and this. So I had plans. Then I'll just relocate back to my country, find out, and probably start up a business. But with the whole thing that started so sudden, and now the evacuation, I felt like, you know what, I just have to take advantage of this and just say no to all of this.
When we come back, we'll talk about what you plan to do now and the promises made by government.
All right,
stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. My guest is Precious Uzoichi, one of the returnees from South Africa. Now, we were talking before the break about your plans now that you're back to Nigeria. What do you intend to do?
Okay, back now to Nigeria. I'm just thinking of starting up another business for myself again. Probably go into, I just have to look into the economy, and then I would try to think about what can be more useful, and starting up something else again. Is
that what you intend to do with the soft loan that the federal government says it will grant you through the Bank of Industry? We understand that that's going to happen. So is that what you intend to do?
Yes, that's what I intend to do. Money? Yeah, that's what I intend to. But right now, I just don't want to just rush into any kind of business. I need to study the economy and study as well the whole situation, and know what kind of business is going to be okay for me. But I just love doing business, and I really want to get into business as soon as possible.
We also had the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Nigeria Diaspora Commission, Bike Dabiri, talk about some promises, and one of them is cash. Now, you were given some cash. Were you given some money at the airport when you landed?
Yeah. Okay. We were given like
specifically for what?
They said just like a welcome package, and because we believe you don't have any money, you just came back just suddenly, and you need money for transport, for feeding, and all of those until we get you sorted, and with the loans and all of that. So you just have this money for your upkeep at the moment. So
I know you might not want to say specifically how much money was given to you, but when she was speaking, she said between 35 and 40,000 naira.
Yeah.
Did you get at least that amount?
Yes.
You got that amount?
Yes, thereabouts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about the treatment given to you from the Nigerian High Commission till you arrived in Nigeria? Summarize that whole experience for me.
Oh, okay, wow. To be honest, if I was really treated this way, I don't think I'll ever think of leaving Nigeria in the first place, because my intention leaving Nigeria in the first place was for a better life. I felt like, you know what, the economy, the system in Nigeria, I don't think I want to invest here and all of those. But really, I think I've really been proven wrong, because the welcoming and the High Commission in South Africa, they accommodated us all through this period and made sure we got into the flight. And the coming back was something awesome. It was very awesome. I felt like I was a Nigerian, a Nigerian citizen, and I felt like I'm special as a Nigerian. I've never felt this way before. Being a Nigerian out there, you know, when you've been discriminated, like, oh, you're a Nigerian and all of those, and you come back to your country, and your country proves them wrong and said, you know what, being a citizen of Nigeria, we love you, you're welcome. And just coming down from the plane on arrival, I just, you know, a lot of immigration and a lot of people, a lot of welcoming. It was so good, and I felt really like one Nigeria, regardless of being Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. You know, we were treated with love, and they even had some packages and meals for us, like, you know, the welcome meals. And so I felt.
They give you accommodation while you were in Lagos?
No.
On the day you landed?
No.
Because I understand you came to Abuja a day after.
Okay, yeah.
After you landed. So the night before, where did you sleep? Oh,
I went to a hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, because the money given to us was also for your upkeep, remember? So I went to a hotel, and then the following day I boarded a flight straight to Abuja.
How do you think this whole experience affects your children? Because they were born in South Africa, yes? They grew up there. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and now back to Nigeria. How do you think this experience affects them?
Like yesterday, my little boy, the one of 5 years, just got up and started crying. And he said, Mommy, I just want to go back to my country, South Africa.
His country,
yes,
South
I told
Africa.
him, this is your country. He said, no, Mommy, I'm not in Nigeria, and I want to go back to South Africa. And at arrival, all the kids started crying because of the heat. and we started removing their clothes, and they were itchy. But that's normal, yes. So, but my son said, "Mommy, I want to go back to South Africa." And I said, "Why do you want to go back to South Africa?" He said, "No, because that is my country." But I don't think it's a problem, because he needs to adjust and adapt to the system. But then he says, and the electricity, he goes like, what's going on, Mommy? The power is disrupted. Then I'm like, no, it's coming back. He said, no, I want my cartoon. Like this morning in Abuja, yeah. He said, no, I want my cartoon, Mommy. Then I said, don't worry, it's coming. But so far, he's adapting. He's happy. The younger one is very happy.
You've just mentioned a few challenges that you've experienced on the 24 hours of being in Abuja. Let's say 24 hours of being in Nigeria.
Yeah.
This is your experience.
Yeah.
From your experience in South Africa, 14 years at least in South Africa.
Yeah.
And what you've seen now, if you had an opportunity to speak with the government,
okay,
what areas do you think
yeah,
should be improved upon,
yeah,
to make life better?
easier? I would say the road and the power, because the road is quite bad, and when you are on this road, you don't feel comfortable. No matter the car you have, it doesn't feel comfortable, and the power really needs to be looked into.
As much as you say that you will not return to South Africa, you went there to school initially. If your children ask to go to school in South Africa, would you say no?
I would say no.
Why?
Just for their safety. For the environment, it's okay. South Africa is a very beautiful place. But with the attitude of the citizen and the people, I don't feel my kids are going to be safe. So they can choose any other country, but not South Africa. They're out of South Africa, they're out of South Africa. I don't want to see them go back to South Africa. Even though they're citizens, I don't want to see them go back to South Africa.
I take it you don't think that the South African government handled this well?
Exactly.
Do you think the Nigerian government handled it well?
Yes, they did. And actually, they made me proud. And that's the message. They sent a message to the South Africans, because this has been going on over and over and over. But this time, the action taken really was a message, because this has been like a blow to our face, because Nigeria is the giant of Africa, if I'm not mistaken. And I just wonder, how can an African be a foreigner in an African country? So Nigeria really, they needed to step up and prove to those people that, you know what, we are still the giant of Africa. And really, the actions taken made me feel so proud that, you know what, I'm a proudly Nigerian. And I feel very happy about it. When
this issue broke out, when the issue of xenophobic attacks in Nigeria and South Africa broke out, Nigerians here thought it wise, or felt it was better to retaliate.
Yes.
And so some businesses were attacked, some South African businesses were attacked.
Yeah.
Do you support that?
On TV, well, it's not something I would advise should go on, because we don't get anywhere with violence. I believe we should be in harmony, but to be honest, deep down in my heart, I felt a bit good. But I don't want to encourage the people to go on and retaliate in that way, because it's not going to get us anywhere. I discredit the idea. I discredit the idea of them doing that, because we need to build as one. Africa needs to unite as one. We don't get anywhere with violence. So really, I would advise my brothers to please don't retaliate, because these people who are as well doing the same thing in Nigeria are also probably showing that, okay, we've got mad people in South Africa who are the illiterate who goes around looping shops, or we also have illiterates in Nigeria who also goes around looping shops.
Which isn't good, I believe.
No, that's not good. It means also, okay, Nigeria, you've got mad illiterates. So don't say to us, we've got mad stupid people in Nigeria, while you also have stupid people who are ready to even do more stupid things. You know, I know Nigerians can really do stupid things if they are pushed.
It's very easy to agree with you. Thank you so much for finding time to come speak with us on Hard Copy, and I wish you well as you resettle in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's Hard Copy. Thanks for watching. For more, check Channels TV on YouTube and email hardcopy@channelstv.com. I am Terry Ikumi. See you next week.